What's up, guys? This is CKZ with another review. I saw the series Shanty Town yesterday. I watched it at a stretch. So initially, to be very honest, yeah, I would never sit down to watch this kind of thingy. But I mean, it really went viral over the past few days. People have been shouting about it, and to be the first thing I heard. So there's this group chat I'm on, and some guys are talking about, man, they saw boobs, they saw ass, they saw this and that, and I'm like, eh? Man, for people to make noise like this, could this thing be that scandalous? I was like, whatever, I'll watch it in a couple of days. But I kept on, I've even seen articles about this, and I'm like, what is going on? It's like, I'm going to have to check this out. I put it on my list on Netflix. And then yesterday evening, Saturday evening, I wasn't really doing much, and I felt, hey man, why not just check this out? It's just 6 episodes. I clicked on the first episode and I saw that each episode was roughly 35 minutes, and I was like, okay, fine, let's see how it goes. Now, first word I would use, raw. It was raw, but kind of real. It was still kind of real. We had realism to it. It wasn't meant to be glossy and glamorous. It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be, because in truth, people in that field or in that service industry, this is the life they live. But I think we could be raw in a more classy way. Don't ask me what the solution is. Don't ask me. I don't know. The sound background, it was dry. It was dry. There was no score. There was no true score to hold on to remember it by. When you think of movies and series, the tunes, they keep you in check, and you have an idea, okay, maybe there's a bad guy. The bad guy usually has his own kind of tune. The good guy has their own kind of tune. So you always know what's going on in a situation. Let's say I'm in the kitchen, quickly trying to make bread and egg or something, and a scene changes and something terrible is happening. The only way I'm going to know is if people are screaming or guns are being shot. Did I say they showed too much boobs and ass? Well, let me not get too much on that. Now, another thing. Now, I do not watch many Nigerian movies. I watch very few, to be honest. And the few I have seen too much of the same faces. I'm tired of seeing the same people play the same roles. Who was the Ashawo Queen, like the head of the Ashes, that lady that was she's been in a couple of movies, and she always likes she was in Glamour Girls. Thank you. I saw Glamour Girls a while back. Same lady, same theme kind of thing. She was just more crude here. The jazz mom, that bad guy's mom, same thing. She's always, the gra. I get these people are the best for the roles, but then we get tired of seeing the same guys do the same thing. I will get to positive stuff. Don't get me wrong, I will. But then the acting was poor. The general acting was poor. There were a couple of standouts, with all due respect. RMD is always going to be RMD. He's a don. He will do this in his sleep. Some scenes were just too long. I'm literally reading from my jotter. While I was watching, I was jotting things, and I'm literally reading straight from that. I'm not going to freestyle. I'm literally reading straight from that. The scenes were just too long. I'm watching, and at a point I'm like, are these guys serious? Do they expect me to sit and go through all of this? Like, do they expect me to record and come back and rewatch? No, now. Fighting scenes. Bishao. This movie would have been much better if no one fought. I tell you, it would have been a much better movie if there was no fighting. It wasn't necessary. It's like some board member or some big boy who funded it came in and I'm like, hey man, I want to see ninjas, and you guys must fight. And they're like, okay, boss says fight, we fight. A breath of fresh air. The P Square dude, I believe that's Peter. The moment I saw him, there was hope. There was hope. I'm not going to say he's a great actor, but his presence alone, it was just different. I don't think we see him in Nigerian movies often. I don't know. I've never seen him before. But seeing him come in and play the role he played was uplifting. I shouldn't use the word uplifting. It was just a breath of fresh air. Peter slept with someone in a car. I don't know why he agreed to that. I don't know when Nigeria went this far. I don't really watch Nigerian movies. You guys are the ones that tell me about sex scenes and all. But I'm sorry, man, it was too much. Am I a saint? No. But with all due respect, come on, we have a culture. I'm not even the most cultural person, but come on. Everyone, as I'm seeing people on Twitter, saying, hey, you watch Power, you watch this, you watch that. Now you're watching this, you're having a problem. All right, two little drops of water. Did I say the scenes were too bloody long? Honestly, they should have just made this into a 1.5 or a 2 hour movie. 2 hours is too long, but they should have made this a 2 hour movie, not 6 damn episodes. Sex scenes again. Unnecessary, man. Now, into, I think, episode 3, it started, catching on. It started making sense. It started pulling its weight. And in my mind, I'm like, if they started with these other episodes, I would have respected this more. I would have appreciated it more. They just started with the boobs, the ass, they just, they dove straight in to catch our attention and then hoped that the more logical parts would then keep our attention. But I mean, I am a critic, I'm not saying I'm the best movie director, or I am not saying this, I'm not coming to claim, pole position, no. But just as an avid movie watcher, man, the story was poor. The story was poor. Forgive me. I'm saying it straight. Poor. Now, the Scar guy, that Scar guy did his job. He did his job. He got so much screen time that they should have just named the movie Scar. To be honest, they shouldn't have named this Shanty Town. They should have named it Scar. And I tell you, if they did that, it would have even gotten more rep. And he should have been the face of this movie. I guess he is. But he did a good enough job for the series to be named after him. RMD, you went and did your own also. I don't know what to say. I will not drop any comments concerning RMD. I just wish he didn't do any sex scenes. He's a big boy. He doesn't need anything else to get on the map. I don't think that is promoting the Nigerian industry. Many people are going to probably bash me for it, but RMD, I just felt he could have stayed out of it, even while being in the series or whatever. To be fair, to be honest, I felt bad having to sit through this rubbish. I'm probably using strong words. It wasn't a terrible series. It wasn't. But it had a poor story. Come on, tell a great story. We can focus on the graphics and the images and, all that quality and the great English intonation like that lady. But come on, give us a great story. The action generally was shitty. But then when I go back to look at it, I'm like, no, you cannot blame the actors. You cannot attack the actors. Why? There was a director who sat down, who watched what they were doing and was happy with it. The director is meant to guide these actors. So I put all this on the directors. I put the poor quality of Nigerian movies and acting on the directors, not on the actors. Actors can be trained and improved, and it's the director's job to bring the best out of them. That's really all I have to say. Conclusion. I would give this a 5.9. Initially, I was going to give it a higher value, like a 6.9, but then that would have been very biased. That would have been me giving you guys the score. This is me giving my score. It's a 5.9. They should have just made it a movie. It shouldn't have been a 6-episode series. That is my review of Shanty Town. Please share, like, subscribe, and do not beef me, I beg. I'm just doing my job.